here in our nation's capital with a beautiful piece of Alaska in front of us. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Shtak In Kwan tribal citizens.
Good evening, everyone. We are so excited to be here this evening to share our tree with you. My English name is Esther Ashton Reese. My Tlingit name is Achsin. I will introduce myself in our language. Achsin Yuchattuasak, Chakna Chatsiti, Tagwidi Ayachat Ki Kwanda Chatsiti, Kachari Yatki Chatsiti, Dakdain Tan, Dashkhan Chatsiti, Chai Hit Dach Chatsiti. My Tlingit name is Achsin. I am Eagle. I am Killer Whale. We are a matrilineal society, so we honor our mothers and our grandmothers. And then my father was of the Salmon people. My grandfather was of the Sea Pigeon people. And I am honored to serve as the tribal administrator for the Wrangell Cooperative Association, which is the local tribal government in Wrangell. I am honored to introduce Lou Knapp on my right, on Shawas Nook. She is on the WCA Tribal Council and the mother of the Eagles in Wrangell. Sandy Churchill, or Tsutsan Kla, is on our tribal council. She's also the Grand Camp president of the Alaska Native Sisterhood, a significant organization that brought about our citizenship in Alaska. And then we have Frank Churchill in the crowd, want to acknowledge him on our tribal council. And we have Mike Hoyt, or Oktat Seen. He is a clan leader of the Teton. He is a totem carver, and he is also one of the artists that created the Capitol Christmas Tree logo. We are honored that the Capitol Christmas Tree comes from the homelands of the Shtak Kwan in Wrangell, Alaska. For the Tlingit people, the trees are our life givers. They're how we create our canoes, our homes, and our totems, which tell our stories. They're our connection to our ancestors, and they show our love for our children and those who come after us as we steward the lands. And I just want to echo what Senator Murkowski said about our teaching through technology students. I am so proud of them. I see a couple of them in the front row here. For creating the first ever misting system to bring this tree all across the country to be in the wonderful shape that it is in today. Our Tlingit culture is about balance, reciprocity, and respect. Gunashish for allowing us to share a part of ourselves, bringing this balance, love, and respect to the nation's capital by sharing our life giver with you. Kutsachan tin yagatutlak, we are going to succeed with love. And I will hand the mic over to Oktatsin, and he's going to explain our blessing.
Gunaschish anyat kusani, Gunaschish aurinechi, hayikini, Gunaschish katuhan, Gunaschish hayi hatu kunachyak yagi. It's an honor for all of us to be here, and we're just so thankful that we get to be part of this process and to have seen this every step of the way. Something that I think is common throughout all of Alaska and the Alaska Native cultures, whether it's the Inupiaq up north or the Yupik in the southwest, the Athabascans in the interior, the Aluktik and Unangan out in the Aleutian Islands, and then of course the Tlingit and Tsimshian in southeast, is just a respect and an honor for the world that takes care of us, and an acknowledgement that life can be fragile and it can be precious, and that when we take from the world around us, we have to be thankful and we show respect for what we're doing. And so part of that process involves, when we take down things like trees, is talking to the tree people, to Asquani, and to let them know, we're making sure that our tools are sharp, and so that the pain will be minimized, that we're going to lay out blankets in black bear skins for it to fall down onto, and that we're spreading eagle down to show our good intentions and our love and peace for the tree people, as well as to keep the people that are working with the tree safe, and to talk with the tree people and let them know why we're doing this and what we're doing it for. And so for this particular tree, I think it was an honor to know that this was going to be going across the country, and seeing the video last night of all the people across the country just having a great time. And I want to acknowledge all the people that have played a role in this process, whether it was the T3 students or everyone at the Forest Service, and everyone here in DC that has helped with that process of planning. It's just been an honor to see all of the happy faces. To me, that really embodies that Tlingit language, that phrase that we put on the bottom of the logo of that peace, joy, and happiness. Ka yesh, sagu, ka tuwuk e. We're going to sing two songs. The first one is going to be a paddle song, just to acknowledge the journey that this went through, that this tree went on. And then we'll sing a welcome song to welcome the tree here to DC, and of course to welcome all you folks. Gnilchish.
Gnilchish, sagu kiswas.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Mike Johnson, Speaker of the United States House of Representatives.
Wow, thank you so much. I don't know how to follow that. That was amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much, Chief Moore and Mr. Austin, and our friends from the Shtakin Kwan tribe. I'm trying my best to pronounce that. All right, thank you. Thank you also to Governor Dunleavy, and I know it's not a short trip from Alaska, so we want to thank all of our friends who came this long way to be here. Thanks also to Alaska's extraordinary delegation here in Congress, your senators, your member of Congress. They make great sacrifices to serve an extraordinary state and one of our favorites. And what a great thing to share the culture of Alaska here tonight on Capitol Hill. I also want to reiterate our thanks to the drivers who made this tree possible to get it here. 4,000 miles we've heard so many times. It's pretty awesome. That's why we keep repeating it. But Fred Austin and John Shank, and I'm told this hasn't been mentioned yet tonight, but I think John made this same trip the last time Alaska had a tree here. And I'm not sure how many people in the history of the United States have made that trek twice, but that's really something. And we're grateful for their hard work. Yes, indeed. Well, we love this event every year. It's a great celebration for all the reasons that have been stated. And as this tree is placed in front of the Capitol, we remember that this is the people's house. And that means that this tree is truly the people's tree. This holiday season, more than 100,000 tourists will tour the halls of this monument to our great republic. And as they leave, they'll stand on the National Mall and they'll see this tree. You'll be able to see it all the way down the mall. It'll be well decorated, of course, with colorful lights and ornaments. And the lights on this tree symbolize something. They symbolize the light that this season brings. as has been mentioned tonight, the light of hope and happiness and tradition, the light of joy that comes with having meals with family and friends, and of course the light of gratitude that comes with reflecting on the blessings of the year that is past. And as we dedicate this tree, we look up to see the star atop its branches, and it's a star not unlike the one that guided those three ancient wise men to Bethlehem 2,000 years ago. These wise men, looking to the star above in the east, were filled with faith and hope and love, and they looked beyond the kings of the earth to see the birth of the King of Kings, Jesus of Nazareth. It's Congress's duty as representatives of the people to follow the example of those wise men and look up for wisdom, to look to God, our Creator, who has so greatly blessed our nation. We look to him for guidance as we pursue the unity and the well-being of this great and beautiful nation. President Ronald Reagan once observed that, quote, "Of all the kings who ever reigned, and of all the parliaments that ever sat, none have done as much to advance the cause of peace on earth and goodwill to all men as the King of Kings." And because our country seeks peace and because we seek the good of this nation, we ought to reflect this Prince of Peace in the way we live our own lives and live as those who shine the light even in the darkest of places. For much of our nation's history, at Christmas time, families have gathered in their homes around the Christmas tree to open presents, and in their churches to celebrate and to have prayer. They gathered in front of fireplaces and in pews where the hope is kindled and faith is inspired. And it's also where we feel most closely those who are not with us. The service members who are stationed overseas defending our freedom, the Americans who are held hostage by dark regimes. And in the face of that darkness, we invoke the power of prayer for those who find this season bittersweet. We ask that God would fill them with the warmth of love and the promise of peace on earth and goodwill towards all men. And we pray that when they look at the light of this Christmas tree or at the candles of the menorahs on their mantles, that they will be filled with renewed hope. Now, I would be wrong to light this tree alone, and I need the help of someone who knows that this tree, where it comes from, far better than I do. And you've heard a lot about Miss Rose Burke tonight, but I'm going to ask her to join me up here on the stage. Will you come up, Miss Rose? Come over here. Give her a round of applause. Now, you've heard Rose is the winner of the Capital Christmas Tree Essay Contest, and she comes to us all the way from Kenai, Pennsylvania, and Alaska. Did I say it right? Kenai? Okay, Kenai, right? She's corrected me already twice tonight. She's also one of 12 brothers and sisters. Everything's bigger in Alaska, as was said. And I'm sure she made gifts for all of them, right? You made gifts for all the siblings? That takes a whole month, I know. Everybody, we're going to ask Rose to share with us the essay that allowed her to win this contest. You've already heard it quoted twice, but let's hear it from the author herself. One more hand for Rose Burke, if you will.
This amazing Christmas tree is from my home state, Alaska. Just like Alaska, it is big and beautiful. It is from Tongass National Forest in southeast Alaska. This tree represents all of Alaska. The state of Alaska is known for its wild forest, gorgeous mountains, and beautiful glaciers. People from all over our country come to see our wildlife: ferocious bears, massive moose, migrating caribou, breaching whales, and soaring bald eagles. People from all over our country come to our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. When they see this majestic Christmas tree, they will be reminded of our farthest north state. Though far away, we are united in love for our country. A Christmas tree brings joy to our hearts. May this Christmas tree fill the hearts of those who see it with extreme joy and hope for the future of the United States of America.
Okay, so we're going to light this together. You going to help me with this? All right, let me make sure I don't mess up the instructions here. Okay. Rose, that was fantastic. You deserve this honor, and I would just say, when I was in 4th grade, I could not speak that well. You're really, really great at this. We're so grateful you made this journey all the way down here, so we don't want to wait any longer. Everybody's freezing. I know you can handle the cold, but I don't do it very well. All right. Would you all join me? We'll do a countdown. We'll say 5 all the way down to 1, and then Rose and I are going to, or she's going to flip the switch here. Ready? You want to count down from 5? Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. Hey! Good job.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Tom Austin, Architect of the Capitol.
All right. Been a good evening. Great remarks. Thank you for coming to tonight's ceremony and joining Speaker Johnson, the Alaska delegation, the Forest Service, the U.S. Air Force Band. Oh, yeah, round of applause for the band, too. And, of course, our youth Christmas tree lighter, Rose Burke, in lighting the U.S. Capitol Christmas tree. This tree will be lit from dusk until 11 p.m. each night from now until January 1st. We encourage you to come back and see it again in all of its splendor. Have a good night and a safe and joyful holiday season. Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the ceremony. Thank you for attending the United States Capitol Christmas Tree Lighting Ceremony.
Wish you.